warming up. My hands are freezing. Cold guitar in a cold studio. Estet, what's going on? Estet, I just got this. Just got this guitar this week, doing a video on it. Pretty excited to get this going. So for those of you who are watching this on a replay, we'll just dive right in. We're gonna be moving Tone Town to Monday nights at like 8 p.m. Central-ish. Great, thanks for joining, my friend, I appreciate it. We're gonna be moving Tone Town. Tom is going to make it back, and it's gonna be on Monday nights, and it's gonna be an evening, but we're still gonna call it Good Morning Tone Town. So I think that's funnier calling it a morning thing, right? Even though it's in the evening, because it's morning somewhere. I think that's gonna be the headline. It's morning somewhere. Or it's a good morning somewhere. I gotta figure out what's the funniest way to do that. Play Flesh God Apocalypse. Is that a metal song by chance? I don't have a metal guitar or metal amp, or I don't even know that song. But yeah, this is the tone we're working with. So yeah, I don't know them. I can't learn that. But I will say, I was listening to Meshuggah the other day. Their popular song. What is that? Descent, right? What is it? It's like such a cool song. There's a song by the name of Violation. Bleed, right, that's the song. I heard that the other day, it came up. I'm not a metal guitarist, I'm really sorry, Opeth. I appreciate you asking though. But I love metal. Like Black Dahlia Murder is like one of my favorite bands. But I don't play metal guitar. It's just not Bleed, right? Oh my god, I love that song. It's such a cool song. It's such a crazy, aggressive rhythm. Play some Opeth. I'm telling you, I don't know that kind of stuff. I don't really do requests. I'm sorry, this might be the first time watching. I do appreciate you asking though, but I don't really do requests. I'm just kind of talking to hang and like prog metal. Yeah, I'm not like a metal guy, man. Like I play dad rock, if you want to think of it that way. But like I play like jazz and blues and rock. So unfortunately, I'm not a. I wish I could play prog metal. That stuff's really fun. It's really cool. It's really hard. But you keep just asking me for things. Who else is here? Johnny, Ray Ramones. Oh yeah. Your dad, you love jazz as well? Right on. Yeah. I mean, I grew up playing, jazz trumpet. So, and not to say there's anything against metal. I love metal. I don't play it. I don't practice it. It's not like a thing you can really pick up. You can't pick up metal guitar like for fun. You got to be really good to play metal well, at least. And I just don't know it enough. Chase, welcome. Kenneth, welcome. Jazz sax, all right, Opeth. So you get it. So like the gateway from jazz to metal is like it's like 2 steps. Because once you realize the intricacies, especially when you get into progressive metal like you were talking about, like Opeth, and I'm familiar with Opeth, really is very cool. Where I went from like jazz to rock and like classic rock, and then went back up into metal. So then I was like into, like Megadeth and stuff, which Megadeth brought me to like Black Dahlia, essentially. Blues, then metal, right on. Yeah, it's like if you're playing, Chase, I appreciate that. Thank you. Freebird. solo too, which is right. Isn't in D, right? Oh no, G. Yeah. You know, it's so funny because it's like that solo is actually so. It's hard because it goes on forever, and so like I know a guy that plays it down here in Nashville. They got a great band, the Hippies and Cowboys, and they play that song, and you can just see their fingers like barely holding on by the end because you know they're playing a 3 hour set. And again, it's not that technically hard of a solo, but like the stamina required for that solo is unbelievable. You have to be ready to go, man, and you got to play it on like a Gibson scale guitar, like way too much tension if you're going to be playing it on like one of these or a Strat or a Tele. Hard and long, right? Phrasing. Stapleton. What's a Stapleton song that I mean, he doesn't really play. He doesn't have like riffs, right? What's that one song? I Should Probably Go, right? 5 a.m. I'm and I should probably leave. It's such a good song. And I know you have right? You should probably leave. Right, yeah, that song. I love that one. That I mean, like Weezer. Yeah, I love Weezer. I covered. If you go on my channel, I covered Buddy Holly, but I tried to like make it really like if Cheap Trick played it and like added like so many guitars. I think it came out pretty good. I used the Golden Fleece fuzz pedal on it. I mean, also again, like I got manhandled online for saying I think the solo in Buddy Holly is like one of the best guitar solos because it's melodic, it's memorable, and it's interesting. Like it's a very what is it? It's just, you know, it's not a hard solo, right? It's a fun solo, and but it's so memorable. You're just like, God, this is a good. It sounds so good because the mix is great too. It's a great arrangement. I think a lot of guitarists need to start thinking about that too. It's like the solo is only good because the song is good, and because it's very rare that's a good solo in a bad song. And then the reason the solo is good is because the song sets up that solo. So for Buddy Holly, right? So let's say you guys are writing a song and you're playing Buddy Holly, you know, and it goes right out of that middle section. What's the matter, babe? Are you feeling blue? No. Right, it goes right into a solo, and he sings the first vocal line. It's such a great transition from middle section, solo, and into the final big chorus. John, welcome, brother. Sean, welcome, my man. Play my favorite Kiss riff. See, that's the other problem. Like, I actually don't know many Kiss songs, but I do love. I think Kiss. I mean, obviously, like Rivers Cuomo, like Kiss is one of his favorite bands. What's I wanna rock and roll all night. I'm doing this all by memory. I'm sorry. Wait, is it? I gotta cover that song. That's I haven't actually played that song. I'm sorry. That's such a fun song. I had no idea. um, my first guitar was a Fender Stratocaster. Well, my first electric guitar was a Fender Strat, and all I have left is the body of it. So I'm looking to build it up again into a full guitar, and I'm thinking of getting. I want to see what brand wants to come on board because I want to call it the Tone Town Strat, where it's like if I'm on doing a Tone Town live stream, like that's the guitar I play, and like they're the sponsor. Like this guitar is brought to you by, Mojo Tone or Stumac or Lawler, whatever. So far, no biters. I've pitched that out, and like no one seems interested in that, but it's all good. I'll see. But I will say, so does what? I just got this from Sweetwater to do a video on this one. It's another crazy video, but I will say, like, look at how interesting this guitar is. So the reason I wanted to try this guitar was because it's like you think like, oh, it's an HSS. You're like, oh wait, those are Telecaster pickups. So not really an HTT. And you're like, oh, that's not really actually a full humbucker. This is like almost like a gold foil. It's not. It's like one of Supro's old designs from like the 50s or 60s. So it really kind of sounds like a P90. But then I'm like, okay, but like it's got a semi-hollow, and so it's very resonant. And it's like a very mid. Like listen to this as I play it. Like listen to how like low that sound is. It's like a very medium, low mids. And so when you hear it, happy birthday, Aaron. Yeah, we'll do a song for you. Let me just finish my story and I'll get your song in. And then, but then it's also got springs in the back, right? So it's got and then the scale length is 25 and a half. So it's like everything about this guitar, but it's a set neck and mahogany body. So it's like this complete amalgamation of like, there's nothing really like it. It kind of sounds like a Telecaster on the front. And in the middle, it's like, and the fourth. And then on a bridge, like get that great grind. Okay, Aaron, birthday time. Sorry. again, please. I don't know this. You were thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Fun song, right? What's the solo? I actually don't know that. Right? What is it? I can't even hear it in my head, actually. I don't remember that solo. It's not a very memorable solo, which is surprising because that lick is just like takes over your whole brain. Happy birthday, Aaron. Hope it's a good one. Hope it's a great one. Hope it's filled with all your closest friends. Hey, I will say this. This is good advice on your birthday. Instead of waiting for people to call you, you call them. This is what I do now. I call the people that I want to talk to because it's my birthday. So set aside like 2 hours at the end of the day or at the beginning, depending on what your work life is like, and call people. And they might be embarrassed that they're like, oh, it's your birthday. It's like, no. It's your gift to them. So it's saying like, hey, I wanted to talk to you. I'm not trying to shame you into forgetting my birthday. I want to talk to you because it's my birthday. And your gift to me is that you got to give me like 15 minutes of your time. And I do it all the time. It's on my birthday. And it's really fun because they have to talk to you because it's your birthday. And they usually want to, but it's like there's this huge wall in life now where people don't want to talk on the phone. And so you can use your birthday as a way to break through that wall. You love playing guitar? Me too. It's a few things I enjoy more than it. What amp am I using? So I'm using, see that little guy down there? It's a Morgan Electrics. It's like a tweed Princeton kind of. They commissioned this amp factory in China to make it. And they were like, oh wait, we're not gonna put these into production. They were just like testing something out. So I bought it and I'm using a Joyo Blues driver into it. Sounds good though. Night in Tunisia. Man, so I'm going from Thunderstruck to Night in Tunisia. Hold on. I haven't played that. Sorry, I don't play jazz guitar, so that was just from that was just from memory. Am I close? You want my silver hair? I appreciate that. I'm happy it's silver because it could be gone. So I'll take silver over nothing. It's getting very silver though. You got your first tube amp after years of playing. Destroys any solid states. I think, I just did a video on this. I think there's a good use case for both of them. There are tones that you can really only get out of a solid state, and there's tones you can really only get out of a tube. And there's a huge Venn diagram in the middle where tube amps and solid state amps actually, they cover a lot. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference in a mix. Sometimes you can kind of tell when you're playing it through feel, but the technology is so good. Again, John from Quilter is in the chat right now, so you can talk to him about he knows more about, he works for Quilter and they make some of the best solid states on the market. So you can ask him if you have any questions. Again, like the Quilter Super Block, I have it over there. It is like an unbelievable piece of gear. This is a plug. This is not a prearranged plug, but like this is an amp. Like I just still can't get it through my head that this little thing is an amp. This can power, it's really loud, but it's got so much built into this thing. It's so insane. One day I'm gonna skin it too. I'm gonna put my own little Super Danger Studios branding on it too. I think that'd be fun. Randall, yeah, right. Randall solid states are ripping. Peavy obviously like does a great job too. Have I tried the sitar pedal? No, no, I have not. But that sounds fun. Wait, I think I missed some chats here. Hey Roy, how did I do on? Yeah, kind of close, right? So that's from memory. So this isn't the right guitar for it. This isn't the right amp setup, right? Is that Dane? Is that my blockchain? But to everyone who's here now, we're gonna be doing. You play a lot of jazz, like I wish I was a jazz guitarist. I really want to be. I love jazz. I played jazz on trumpet when I was a kid, but I don't know that song, and so I'm just going from and I'm just trying to hear that. And all my friends who I played with when I was a kid are all like heavy jazz guys now, who are like really doing well as jazz musicians, and so they're always like, Alex, like, do you know how to play this? Or Alex, come play this. And I'm like, God, don't ask me. Like, you guys are like eons away from me now. Like, we're not even in the same solar system anymore. Let's see. Good tones and coffee. Don't always play the wrong notes, but when I do, I go, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Deanne and Jekyll, they have great jazz guitars. I wouldn't say this is an ideal jazz guitar. This is the Giacomo one. I mean, you could play jazz. Again, I'm blaming the guitar when really it's like I just don't know the song. But they have beautiful arch tops. I mean, like they were like one of the original arch top guys, the D'Angelico. Love this guitar. Again, nothing against the guitar. It just was. I'm not. 15-watt howitzer. I bet you seen the 44 Magnum by EHS. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I have seen that. That came out like a long time ago, right? Didn't it come out like 10 years ago? That's like a it's weird how like they haven't. So like EHS came out with that, and then they came out with their MiG 50, right? Huge amp. And I feel like there's like no marketing on it. It's very interesting. And theoretically, everyone would love their EHS, MiG 50 amp, because it's kind of like a tweed basement head, a Russian tweed basement head, right? It's got KT66s in the power stage, I think. Sweep picking, not very good at sweep picking. You do your jazz with 2408? Oh, right on, cool, yeah. Yeah, great. So again, like I'm not a jazz guy, so again, like if you're good at jazz, you can probably do it on any guitar. You decided on a combo? Oh, interesting. You were gonna buy it? Yeah. See, like I wanted to try it at NAMM, but every time I came to their booth, it was slammed. So I was like, okay, forget it. Sweep picking. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, Roland Jazz Course. I'm surprised they haven't brought that back. Do they still sell it? Or no, maybe they do still sell it. Let's check the Oracle. Wrong password. But for everyone who's watching now, so we're going to be moving Tone Town to Monday evenings. Tom will be there, so we'll be the proper Tone Town. And on Fridays, we'll probably just do a quick little live stream. And it'll just be like for fun, like hanging out. One thing that's interesting, so you guys remember how I did that video on the Boss Distortion DS1? Andertons came out with a video today, like, what are the most maligned pedals? And almost all of them, they were like, sounds good, except for the Boss DS1. They both said like, it doesn't sound good. And I was really surprised that they thought that, because I thought it sounded great. Obviously, I love my DS1. It's a very specific sound, but they couldn't get it to sit. And then they played the Boss Metal Zone after that and loved the Metal Zone. And I'm like, wait a second, like you're like in the same, like this is the same restaurant. Had neutralized Tom. Yeah, Goldie shook down his contract big time. Roy, what do you want me to play? You want to play Stevie Ray Vaughan? Yeah, the boost. And actually, I switched back to the Joyo Torin, which is like their clone. I got a all Joyo setup going over there for a video. UA Enigmatic, no, but I've heard. This is what's funny about the Enigmatic and the UAFX pedals. I of it, and it sounds really good. And then everyone who's played, and I kind of made a joke about this. It's like since none of us have ever heard a real Dumble live, we're just gonna have to take their word for it. Or we never played a Dumble, right? A true Dumble live. We played Dumble clones. We've never played the real Dumble. And so we're like, okay, like this is apparently what a Dumble sounds like when you play it. But then you got guys who play Dumble saying nothing sounds like this. And so it's like the it's just kind of funny how like UFX is able to kind of like go around the gatekeepers of tone and say like, no, this is what a Dumble sounds like. Now, I want to play it. I bet it sounds good. I just think it's funny that it's like, I have no idea what to reference it against. But then if you go to, okay, go to the manual, look at the manual for the Enigmatic, and you'll be like, what the hell is this thing? Because there's like diagrams and all sorts of stuff, and it's actually, let me pull it up. Oh, I played Freebird earlier. Sorry, I can't do it twice in a stream. But I did play it earlier. Enigmatic UAFX manual. Let me show you this. It is so insane. And it controls, caps, sounds, creating sounds. Here. So this. Like, look at that. All those, that's just to create a knob. So you get, there's 4 different amps. Then you have input, which is normal or FET, 2 different inputs, 2 different preamp boosts, 2 different tone controls, 2 different tone stacks, a deep switch, a mid switch, a bright switch, and then overdrive trim, overdrive knob, actual tone controls, and then HRM overdrive EQ, and then ratio, and then master gain, and then presence after all of that. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I am never going to understand that. I want to play it though, but I think it's really George Benson, right on. Okay, Dwayne, I'll just do the one quick lick. I did play it like 10 minutes ago. I'm just doing it by ear. I don't know it by heart. He used to be a guitarist till he smashed his acoustic on stage. Worst part, it was your guitar. You follow him off stage like, you owe me a guitar. Great show, but you owe me a guitar. Yeah, I don't know if I would have let my brother do that. I'd be really upset if my brother broke my guitar on stage. It was on a school stage. Huh. Was he good? Is he good at guitar? Or he said he used to play guitar, and then he broke it as like an end to his musician life. He's 19, you're 13. Got it. Well, Dwayne, I'm sorry to hear that. Perhaps I'm assuming someone can, he should repay you for that somehow. Like, he should get you another guitar. So wait, are you a guitarist? You know, we're doing, do you like Scotty Moore? Yeah, like I'm not super familiar with his work, but I remember hearing that he's like a monster. So, but like if you asked me to play one of his things, I wouldn't be able to. Like I'm like not very knowledgeable on stuff. You know, I'm like out of like songs. You know, like sometimes I don't even know the names of songs or the names of albums. I'm not like a smart person. But then like people say, oh, you should listen to this. I'm like, I'm honestly, I'm never gonna listen to it. And it's not because I don't want to, but it's like, that's just something, ever since I was a kid, it was like, you should listen to this guy and see if you like it. I'm like, I'm never gonna do it. And I feel really bad about that, but it's just like something that Gary Moore, yeah, I'm familiar with it. You know, what is it? Like stuff like that. I mean, I know that he ripped it on a. Did he play a Telecaster? right? Still got the blues, right? I've been playing for years, 20 something years. I've been playing a long time. I mean, I'm old, so it's like, if you do, you're 13 now. So I started when I was a couple of years younger than you. But I'd been playing music prior to that. I was playing piano and trumpet for a while before that. But I didn't get serious into guitar until I was probably junior, senior in high school, as I started focusing a lot more. Then I stopped playing guitar for a couple of years. Stevie, yeah, Stevie's a king, man. He had a energy and an aggression. It's hard to beat that, I mean, I would love to learn Lenny. What is it? Red House? Oh, like Jimmy? What is it? I think that's what it is. Oh yeah, Stevie Wonder. I was learning Do I Do, and the chords in that song are so crazy. Have you learned those, Roy? Metallica. Um, there you go. Yeah, Stevie Wonder's arrangements and understanding of harmonies, it's unmatched. So for Do I Do, where it's he goes. What is it? Do I do? What I do? I do. What is it? Yeah, it's I do. It's so crazy to go from. That's such a hard. No one would think to write a song like that and make it doesn't feel jazzy or doesn't feel too far outside the box. It just feels like all these passing chords that brings you back to the harmony. Oh yeah, Sonic Scale. I mean, I like Musicarium just because it has Do I Do on it, but I mean, they're all good. It's Led Zeppelin 2. Interesting, yeah. And Dark Side's good, man. Yeah. Hey Nico, how's it going? It's Stevie Wonder he just he wrote some of the best music ever. You know, it's crazy, and he's been doing it for so long. He's young. I'm getting some buzzing on the B string. Do you hear that? I feel like it's getting choked out somewhere. I'm hearing it here. That can't be right. Do you hear it? I'm hearing it like right here. Is it hitting there? That doesn't seem. There's so much room. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Has the band Turnstile? I have not. I have not. So the other cool thing about this guitar is, like, yes, you have the trem, but you also it's not floating. It's resting against the board, so you can do double stops, and it stays in tune. I mean, it moves a little bit, but like that's like 3 cents, 4 cents, so it's like you can get away with. I'm still hearing that buzzing on the high. I'm still hearing it. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I should check Turnstile out, particularly their album Glow On. What kind of music are they? Drop D, I don't really do drop D. I mean, there's a lot of songs that you can play in drop D, but that's like more for harder, like heavier rock songs, and I don't usually play it as often. Because there's not a lot of songs that are drop D that like you can only play it in drop D. Most of it's for ease of doing like a. Like Foo Fighters, right? Right. Don't. Haven't played this song in a while, obviously. Yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, just send them to me on. I can't go back and scroll and find messages. So if you guys really think I'm missing out, just leave a comment on one of my videos, and because this whole chat log disappears. So anything you want me to check out, send it to me. Send me a link to the song though, right? Don't make me search. Like if you want just like if you were emailing a friend, right? I'm not your friend, but maybe we're co-internet associates to a degree. But like if you're emailing your friend, hey, listen to this song, you would send them a link to the song that you want them to listen to. So if you want me to listen to something and you think it's worth my time, like you're staking your musical reputation on it, right? You would say, hey, here's the link to the song. I think you're going to appreciate it. And then that's that. But send me the link to the song. I'll check it out probably. CCR, yeah, I know some. I mean, I don't, they're not really a guitar band, right? So there's not like tons of licks that I can think of, right? What is that one? Looking out my back door. right? Gypsy swing? Oh, wow. Yeah, so then he's probably a monster. If he can play like Django, then he's a monster. You know? Um, yeah. Where's that buzz coming from? I'm gonna lose my mind trying to figure this out. Oh, it's happening here somewhere. There's something jiggling on the saddle. Ah, that's a relief. Because when it's a fret thing, you're kind of, you either got to file down a fret or you got to raise the action. But this, that's fine. That's just pinging from the bridge. And I'm totally fine with that. Phew! I was freaking out. You can see the stress on my face. Hi there, Super Danger Man. What are we talking about today? Hello, Jody. Welcome back. So we're going to be moving Tone Town to Mondays, Monday evenings. We're still going to call it Good Morning because it's morning somewhere. And Tom's going to be back on. He's back on board. So pretty excited to get him back. I have the same guitar and ended up replacing the saddle. Oh, okay. So it's not just my guitar, just the saddle. The saddles are a little bit pingy, right? The intonation is great though. So, I'm happy about that. The only thing was that they shipped it to me on a really cold day. And so there was a little bit of fret sprout because of that. Like all my guitars, it was freezing. I'm sure it was freezing for you guys too. It was freezing. Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry, Sean. Thanks for sticking around, man. Hope that work call was smooth. But other than that, like guitar's like perfectly set up, perfectly intonated, like. Really rare that a guitar is like that out of the box. So I'm really happy about that. George Benson a few weeks ago plays a solo and Benson looks at him. Yeah. Have you seen that one where Charlie Puth plays with Quincy Jones? And obviously, like, Quincy is the king, right? He's legendary. And Charlie Puth is incredibly advanced. I mean, he has perfect pitch and perfect relative pitch. And so when you're playing with someone like that, it's almost like they just kind of perceive things a little bit different. Like Jacob Collier is a great example about that. Like when you have perfect pitch and perfect relative pitch and like photographic pitch, right? It like you kind of think about music a lot differently because there's nothing that hangs you up. There's nothing that you're not like you're confused on. So imagine not being confused on anything. And so the only thing that's limiting your music is your imagination. And so you start thinking about things like the emotion of a chord. Like not like how does it make you feel, but like is like the psychological differences of plagal movement, right? Like really obscure stuff, like what Jacob's into. And it leads you down certain valleys where you're like, wow, what is he playing? What is he doing? Jesus Molina, yeah, he's got some. You know who Jesus Molina reminds me of? Do you know the Japanese? I think she's Japanese. Jazz pianist, Hiromi Uehara. Is that who it is? But she used to play with Chick Corea. She did that duet with Chick Corea. They did a tour. This was like early 2000s. But he plays like she plays, like this really fast, precise. I mean, it's like Chopin, but if he played jazz. And he's got just such crazy aggression. Also, I think it should be talked about. The guy lost like 175 pounds or like something crazy, like gotten super great. He's in great shape now. Anyone who does that, like, bravo. It takes an incredible amount of work. It's harder to do that than anything musical. I will tell you that. Hiromi Uehara, that's who I'm thinking of. If you guys don't know her, she's like one of the coolest pianists I've ever heard. I love her work. And who reminds me also of that that other jazz pianist, Domi, Domi. She's a Nord artist. Another like insane jazz pianist. I love her work. And she does that. She plays with that drummer JD Beck. 11/8. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember seeing that. Do I know how to play Folsom Prison Blues? Yeah. I mean that's not a. Um, Sorry, I don't know the words. I've been born, I brought the Folsom Prison. I hear that train a calling. I hang my head and cry. Right? So this is the D'Angelico Giacomo Bedford semi-hollow. Right? 2 Telecaster pickups and then a gold foil, or their version of a gold foil, not a DeArmond gold foil, but it's like the Supro version that they created back in the 50s. Really fun guitar, man. Doing a video, I'm doing a really weird video on it, as usual. What else did I miss here? Okay, so I need to get new saddles for this, and that's great, and that's easy to do. Where are these from? What is that word? Oh, this is a Wilkinson bridge. Those saddles should be fine, right? Wilkinson's good. Greetings from Greece. Oh yeah, Greece. Right on. I'm not. It's reversed. I don't. When it does this kind of live stream, reverse it. I'm right-handed. Like that's a really good sounding bridge, and this is not a humbucker. This is a single coil, but it's got 2 magnetic bars instead of 1, which is why it's wide. So it's got bar, and then the single coil wrapped around the magnets that way. Right, that sounds like a P90. Like this thing can rock. It's like crazy. Like the songs I'm doing for this is Heritage. Yeah, I love Heritage. I want a 535, man. I want a 535 core Heritage. What is their art? Not art core. What's their fancy line? The art aged, whatever they call it. Like a relict 535. Want one really badly. Yeah, yeah, it's like it's got a really interesting sound for a bridge pickup. It's almost like a cocked wah. It's like a Firebird, but with less mids. Like when we start playing out live, this might be one of them because it's really, really flexible. Now my hands are getting warmed up, which is good. The H535, yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like it's 5,000, right? So I'll probably never get one, but I love playing them, right? Zeep, how's it going? Welcome. Oh, I love this. Telling me chords to play. Okay, let's see what this is. A minor, E minor, F, G, a G with a D. Oh, like a with a D and like a G over D. That. Like, should I make a song out of that? That isn't strumming? Do you want me to strum it? Are you asking nicely? Gamer. Okay, let's talk about live streams. Gamer Epic. I don't know you personally, right? I don't know what you're about. I don't know if you're a musician. I don't know anything about you, right? You're giving me chords and I'm playing the chords. So maybe you're not a musician. So let's say you hand chords to someone, but you don't give them any sheet music. I'm going to play them the way I want to play them because there's no sheet music. And now, Roy, thanks for coming by, brother. If you want someone to play a specific beat, you have to give them music. I can't intuit what you're asking. And now, let's get to the request part. If you're going to request something, you have to be polite. Like, this is not some barnyard hoedown, okay? Yelling out things. This is a live stream. This is, there's an air of elegance to it. But, Gamer Epic, you want me to strum that. So like, hey, Alex, can you please strum that? I'd love to hear it strummed. That's how you would ask someone that you've never met before. You're from India? Okay, but you can still say please in India. India, you know English. So. Okay. Is that what I'm doing? Am I doing it now, Gamer Epic? Vijay. Yeah, what is this? Is this a song that you wrote? See you, Zeep. Please do until I found you. I'm assuming that's an English barrier thing, which I'm, I am your song. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not quite sure what you're asking for. Zivko, hello. Zivio, Michael, Rumfaker, welcome, welcome. So one more thing, and I'm going to hit the road here. Have you guys ever tried playing a major scale when it's a minor song? It's something it's a bold thing to do. But next time you're with guys who you trust musically, try it, because, so let's say we're doing these chords that Gamer Epic said, right? E minor. I do know Crazy Train, actually. We'll play that in a second. So he's going A minor, E, F, G, right? But where you could put a over the G, you can play a major third, right? Like, again, if the guys you're with, they trust where you're going, they're not gonna like freeze up and stop. Because sometimes you throw this around guys who like aren't like open-minded musically, they'll freak out. They're like, no, dude, don't play that. And you're like, no, just chill. It's just music, okay? Like, relax. And so there's where it would have to be a passing note, right? Let's try it. Just think about it. And now we're going to do Crazy Train. My approach for learning new songs by ear. So I've been learning stuff by ear for a long time because my sight reading was really bad when I was a kid. So I'd have to learn things by ear. Now, one thing that I know I was gifted as a child and is that I have really good memory when it comes to music. Like if I hear a song once, I'll remember it all like pretty. I can remember most of the arrangements on first hearing. So that's an unfortunate skill that I have. Or it's fortunate for me. It's unfortunate for everyone else. So if you are trying to, Alex, you got a DGT. Oh, great, brother. Happy you like it. It's an unbelievable guitar. For the price too, it's insane. Like, it's really surprising what they can get out of the Cortec factory. Hey, Gamer Epic, it's all good, man. I was just kind of joking around. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I hope I played your song correctly. Again, like Gamer, we're all good, brother. Like you're okay. You're okay in my book. Don't worry. I'm happy you're here. So I'll play Crazy Train. So like, but when you're trying to learn something by ear, so let's take Crazy Train for example. It's actually a great song. It's one of the first songs I learned to play on guitar. Once you get the right, I started playing when I was a little bit younger than you. So I started playing guitar when I was like 11 or 12. So in Crazy Train, just play it. It's actually easy to learn if you play it on Spotify or on YouTube. So go to the song on YouTube and then go halftime speed. And then you can, that's what I would do when I was a kid, is I would slow down the tape. That's how old I am. I would slow down the tape and try to listen to it. But I would just try to find the root notes first. So for Crazy Train, so I'll just go, and I would know that. I would try to figure that out. And then it goes from the, kind of flubbed that last part. That's such a hard line at the end, right? I got the guitar face? Yeah, well, I'm playing it, right? I mean, that's such a great solo, the beginning part. such a fun one. Actually, that's probably better. That's a great solo. Okay, guys, that's about it. We're hitting an hour here. I want to hear my youngest son crying. You have an acoustic? Great. I don't know the one solo. I don't know a lot of Metallica, sorry to say. But it's always Crazy Train. I know, Sean. With that. Once we have our own channel, it's gonna be nice and civil. What advice? Remember the family chords without having to bash your head into a theory book. I would say the most important thing, more than anything, the most important thing about music. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna head off. So, Michael, the most important thing about music is training your ear. There's literally nothing more important than training your ear, because if your ear cannot hear the difference between a chord that's part of the family or not part of the family, then it doesn't matter what your head or your hands are, right? Because if your ear can understand it, then your ear can understand the relations between notes, right? If you need to know the difference between A minor and A major, you got to be able to, like, as soon as you hear it, you can say it's a minor chord, it's a major chord, it's a 7th chord, it's a 6th chord, right? It's a diminished chord, it's an altered chord. Like, you gotta be able to hear those things, because like I know guys that know all the theory in the world, but they can't hear things. And if you can't hear things, it's almost pointless to be in a band, because it's like the band moves in a certain direction sometimes during a song, during a solo, and the person's like, what chords are this? What you, I mean, I know nothing against them, but just like, but if you can't train your ear can't hear, like, okay, we're gonna be slowing it down a little bit. Because it's not just chords, it's feel, it's tone, it's training your EQ. Like, is your guitar too bright? Like, would you know if your guitar is too bright? Or would you wait for the musical director or the band leader to say, hey, your guitar is too bright? It's like, you should know, like, oh, I'm too bright right now. I don't know, worries, man. And I'm about to hit the road too. So the hardest song I ever played is, I was probably playing Crazy Train live. I was in a cover band and we toured, and playing that song live always freaked me out, because I hated the in-ears we were using. I hated the presets that I had. We were using what was that thing? The FM3, whatever that modeler is. I hated it. I hated the setup. I never would have played that setup. But you started playing guitar because you have a crush on someone, and you played her favorite song in front of her. I hope she became your girlfriend. So, Michael, one quick thing. Start training. Is this a major chord? Is this a minor chord? All that kind of stuff. And start practicing there. And then, after you do that, start trying to replicate those tests. And it's a new test every day. So it takes like 5 minutes. Your ear. I'm like, oh, that's why those chords work together. Because you can start to hear the sounds of creating tension, releasing tension when you have a song going. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks everyone stopping by. Sean, Otto, great to see you guys again. And I'll see you next time out there on the internet. Take it easy.